can make money or not. I can do the money. I can do with I can use the money for my business, and then I get profit. I can do a good deed by giving part of that profit to the givers, because I also want to do a good deed. Okay, but what happens if, let's say, I want to die? Because in the hadith that the left behind, when you die, what are the you are supposed to have? Okay, one is the wealth or sadaqah. So sometimes you want to deal with a financial institution where you want to invest, but at the same time when you die, so transfer that investment to waqf fund, for example, or you inherited that to others. So you want to give sadaqah to others. So the effort is, the effort of the institution, the financial institution, is to offer a variety of product or services where they can also benefit, not benefit in terms of money, but also benefit to our life hereafter. So this is also the role of the financial institution. So what we have, the nature of current regulation. Of course, we have the Sharia Advisory Council as one of the corporate governance that we should have. Okay, and also the corporate governance is one of the regulation is the corporate governance, and also the way you present your financial statement, where you can have the level of playing field. Okay, for example, if let's say the financial institution pay the zakah, and how do you disclose that in your financial statement? Okay. And let's say when you pay the rate of return, probably Oracle produced the system on how to the system that can be introduced, that can have a fair system where the rate of return can be distributed among the shareholders or among the contracting parties. And of course, the new that will be a challenge for us is the capital adequacy standard. Okay. Recently, the Basel introduced the Basel III, whether that Basel III can be applied or not to the Islamic banking institution. So this is another challenge for the regulators to come up with the regulation that can be used to regulate the financial services or the financial institution. And last night, I received a mail from my institution. What is my comment on the deposit insurance scheme, whether that deposit insurance scheme against or follow the Sharia, whether the Sharia issue arise in the deposit insurance scheme. Because of course, when you talk about the mudarabah scheme, you are the bank guarantee the return, that guarantee the principal, whether it is allowable or not. Okay, but if it is guaranteed by a third party, this is another question. Okay, because they guaranteed by the deposit insurance scheme, not guaranteed by the partner or the mudarib. Okay. Now, let's move to methodology in constructing the Sharia parameter guideline. Okay. So we have come up with the regulation on the rate of return, the regulation on capital adequacy standard, the regulation on the corporate governance, the regulation on Sharia Advisory Committee or Council. So now the central bank come out with another guideline or regulation. They call it as the Sharia Parameter Guideline. This is how normally the institution, if they want to offer or to design the product, they have to submit this flowchart to the central bank. Okay. And then the flowchart should be submitted to the central bank to get the approval. Of course, the approval first come to the, we have to deliver it among the Sharia committee at the institution level. Then after that, they will deliver it at the National Sharia Council of the central bank to get the approval. Okay. So for me, this is additional cost for Islamic financial institution, because for the conventional bank, when they want to get the approval for their product, they just inform the central bank, this is the product that I want to introduce in the market. So this is additional cost for the Islamic financial institution, because they have to go to, this is the governance. Okay. So at the top, you have the item 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. You can refer to my original, the whole paper. You can ask the organizer to supply the paper. And then from each section, they will submit the product to the product section, and then they will submit to the Sharia committee. And then if the Sharia committee say yes, then they will ask the legal department. This is again whether the legal person are well versed in Sharia, because we want to translate the Sharia principle into a legal document. This is another challenge. And then not only that, the legal, after that, they will inform the board. This is the product look like, the features of the product. Okay. Again, the question that we need to ask is whether the board have the expertise to evaluate that product. So that then we ask the central bank to change the guideline where the Sharia committee should be in the board as independent board. So is this easily to deal with any issues that probably arise when the product be discussed at the board level. Okay, and then after that they will go to Bank Negara or the central bank to get their approval. So we have to be interviewed by the National Sharia Council whether that comply or not the Sharia. So from there, after that, we create the system development, including the risk management as mentioned by the first speakers on the risk management and also how to mitigate the risk. This is how the flow chart works. Okay. And then some consultant came to us that why not if, let's say, you have a system where put the parameters and then they instruct the computer whether that complies with Sharia or not. Up to that, okay, the consultant come to that idea. Probably this diagram will produce the idea for you too, for your business. Okay. This is the item that need to be included when you submit your product features to the central bank. Transparency, skill, whether you have the skill, expertise, and also resources, and also the Sharia compliant accounting and reporting treatment, and also capital adequacy requirement that need to be incorporated in that product design or product features. This is the parameter guideline. I give you the example, parameter guideline for Murabaha contract. Okay. We have to state, or we have to mention that what is the purpose of that product, what is the objective, what is the product features. Here probably I as a wakil, for example, wakil for what? Buying and selling. Okay. And what is the essential condition, the wording, because we have to create the ijab and kabul, offer and acceptance. What is the commodity? The commodity is to identify the subject matter. So you have to fulfill all the theoretical aspect of the akad or contract. And the contracting party is to identify only the qualified and also competent person, as mentioned by the first speakers, is in order to avoid the asymmetric information. Okay. And also probably we have additional condition for one, the wording, offer and acceptance must be correspond and connect to one another, or mufafaqah, al-ijab wa al-qabul. Okay. Why? Because this is to demonstrate the intention of the parties to conclude a specific contract, and the party are present to agree on something, and it ends when they separate physically or khiyar majlis. Okay. And then the additional condition probably for item number 2, commodity, the existence of the commodity. So probably the bank in Malaysia use the offshore banking in Mauritius to buy commodity on behalf of the bank in Malaysia, and then sell that commodity to commodity house. So we have to make sure that the existence of the product, whether that happened where the product had been transferred to the buyers or transferred to the seller, because it is in order to avoid the issue of qabat, or the issue of the existence of the asset. Okay, And also deliverability, specification, and also the legality of the product. And additional condition for 3, this is a contracting party must possess complete legal capacity or ahliyah. So you have to learn that under the ahliyah theory in fiqh muamalat. And then you have to be competent. And finally, the legal document, master agreement, and also supporting agreement. Because sometimes the agreement work parallelly. So this is in order to avoid the parameter, the legal document parallel. So in order to avoid that, they would comply the Sharia. So the issue arises. What are the issue probably arise from these parameters guideline? First is no absolute authority. Second is a legal maxim and legal document. And finally, the maqasid Sharia. No absolute authority. Because here is you have to be clear that IFI must seek a review of their product by Sharia scholars who judge each case based on its merits. Okay? So there is no such standard parameters. You must get the approval from the Sharia committee who can judge the product features based on merit. So now what is our suggestion is, because we want to achieve the harmonization and also the convergence in the concept and also application among the Sharia committee. Why? Because we want to avoid the contradiction and inconsistency between the rulings and also the application. The ruling is like this, but when you apply